Hi there, I'm Millie Copper, writer of cozy apocalyptic fiction and practical preparedness manuals. And this is my channel, Millie Copper Writes. Welcome or welcome back. I hope you've been enjoying the Lights of the Clap series. This 3-book series with 3 bonus books and a short story prequel was fun for me to write. The unique nature of the disaster, people turning violent without reason and having no recollection why, posted interesting challenges, especially when the government announcements made it sound like a virus or bacteria and it's treated as a pandemic. Just to be clear, this is not a zombie series. And even more interesting, this pandemic is completely possible with what we know about today's science and how the human mind works. Scary stuff when you research it. As I said, this series was very fun for me to write. I especially loved writing from the point of view of younger people. Many of the main characters are teenage girls with plenty of teenage angst. Oh boy, do I remember being 16. So I tapped into some of those memories and expanded on them, especially for Maddie in The Lesser Light. She definitely had her troubles, but when it was necessary, she stepped up and she made it clear she'd do whatever was needed to take care of her brother. I admired that about her. At the moment, I'm not writing anything new for this series, but that may change in the future. I'd especially like to write about Grandma B and her adventures on the cruise ship in Alaska. So if you hear that I'm on an Alaskan cruise, expect a follow-up to this series. Would you do me a favor? If you listened to any of the stories in the Lights of the Clap series and enjoyed them, drop a comment below. I'd love to know who your favorite character was. Also, if you like this video and find it helpful, informative, or enjoyable in any way, please give it a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Now we're going to switch to my popular Havoc in Wyoming series. This series floated around in my head for many years before I finally sat down and wrote it. I wanted to write a story about a somewhat normal family who were preparedness focused. The Caldwells started their prepper ways after a storm knocked out their power for several days. From there, it expanded and preparedness became a part of their life. As sometimes happens, instead of just stockpiling goods, they looked at what they could raise or grow on their Wyoming homestead in an effort to be self-sufficient. I used many of our own real-life experiences when writing this series, including my family's off-the-grid adventure and my husband's knowledge of permaculture, along with our experiences of raising small livestock. Havoc in Wyoming ended up being a 12-book series and currently has 2 spin-off series set in the same world with many of the original characters. This series starts with Wyoming Refuge, a Havoc in Wyoming prequel. This story is one of my Readers Club exclusives. I'll release the first few digitally narrated chapters publicly, but to get the rest of the story, you'll need to be a club member. There's a link below to join. Caldwell's Homestead is next. This is a full-length audiobook narrated by Nick Sullivan and Angela Church. This was originally available through all the popular audiobook retailers. As I'm recording this, it'll be on YouTube or in my direct store, killercozies.com only. That may change in the future. We'll see how it goes. Caldwell's Homestead is the book that sets everything up. We learn about the homestead and the Caldwell's life as the disasters start. The first disaster, multiple planes purposely crashed, is believed to be an act of terrorism. And it certainly may be, but it didn't stop with that event. The disasters escalated from there until the entire country was in turmoil. Something that gives me a chuckle for this book is a 1-star review I received when the book first came out. Now, keep in mind, this book was released in October of 2019. The scathing review focused on how my main character went to the store after the planes crashed to buy things: food, batteries, toilet paper. The review said, "No way, no how would anyone buy toilet paper in an emergency." It was said differently, but that was the general meaning. Then 2020 came along in our real lives, and I guess we all discovered that people do buy toilet paper. Katie's Journey is the second full-length book of the series. This is narrated by Me. I did drama in school, worked in radio as a disc jockey. That's how long ago it was. We were still called disc jockeys. I heard a rumor it's no longer a disc jockey, but I can't remember what the new word's supposed to be. So we'll just stick with I was a disc jockey. And I've done public speaking over the years, quite a bit of public speaking. When one of my writer friends suggested I narrate my own books, I figured I'd give it a try. Why not? Well, let me tell you why not. Narrating a book is not anything like what I had done before. Drama class didn't prepare me for it. My disc jockey days didn't prepare me for it, nor did my public speaking. It took me 8 months to finish that book, Katie's Journey. And it is the only book I have in me for narration. So you get Katie's Journey narrated by me, and please do me a favor, be kind in the comments, okay? Katie's journey focuses on the Caldwell's youngest daughter, who was away at college when the troubles started. The story follows both her physical return and a more personal, spiritual homecoming. Lately, Katie had made choices that didn't reflect the faith she'd been raised in, and now she's grappling with what it means to truly live as a follower of Christ. I hope you'll enjoy Katie's Journey. It was a very meaningful book for me to write and narrate. The third book in the series is Molly's Quest. Molly Caldwell is away on business when the troubles start and needs to make her way home. Concerned with the population centers, she chooses quiet back roads, and things don't go as smoothly as she would have liked. Getting home is not only an adventure, it's dangerous. Molly's story is really my story in many ways. I used to travel a few times a year for work, usually by plane, sometimes by car. By car wasn't too bad. I could take what I thought I'd need to make my life easier. By plane was more of a challenge. I'll admit, Molly had her stuff together a little better than I did, but I did always have some provisions with me. Did you watch the TV series Jericho? It was one of my favorites, and I still go back and rewatch it on streaming services. I think it ended much too soon. Anyway, the one gal's fiance was on a plane that landed in a field, and the survivors all came walking into town looking pretty bad. That made an impression on me, and I knew having at least some stuff made sense when I flew. I think now is a good time for me to mention that all of my books are available in Kindle and Kindle Unlimited, along with paperback. The first 3 books, Caldwell's Homestead, Katie's Journey, and Molly's Quest, are bundled together in Kindle and Kindle Unlimited for one easy download. The remaining 4 books of the main series, Shields and Ramparts, Fowler's Snare, Pestilence in the Darkness, and My Refuge and Fortress, are a 4-book box set. Again, one easy download exclusively on Kindle.
I realized after I finished my recording that I didn't tell you about the side stories in the Havoc in Wyoming series. So you get voice over Millie along with fabulous images for this section. Havoc Begins, which I sometimes call Book 3.5, comes after Molly's Quest and before Shields and Ramparts. Next is Havoc Rises, or Book 5.5. This is best read after Fowler's Snare and before Pestilence in the Darkness. Then I have a Christmas story. Every series should have at least one Christmas story, even if it is set in the apocalypse. Christmas on the Mountain falls after Pestilence in the Darkness. This book is one of my Readers Club exclusives, so while I will share the first chapter or 2 on this YouTube channel, you'll need a private Readers Club link for the entire book. Finally, Havoc Peaks, Book 6.5. This is one of my favorite stories in the series. I love the changes in Clarice, the main character. I think you're going to enjoy this one too.
Beginning with Molly's Quest and throughout the series, the books are digital narration. Digital narration has come a long way just in the past few months, and it's a great way for me to bring you audiobooks. This platform is another great option. Who doesn't love listening for free? Speaking of, if you're enjoying this channel and the books I'm putting out, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already so you can be notified when a new video or book goes live. This helps me too. YouTube can be enjoyed at no cost with occasional ads. Once I reach a certain number of subscribers and hours viewed, the platform shares a tiny portion of the ad revenue with me, which enables me to keep putting out stories in this format. Alongside the full-length and novella releases, this series will include bonus short stories and scene snapshots. Havoc in Wyoming will be my main focus for the rest of 2025 and into 2026. You have many hours of listening ahead of you. So please do hit that subscribe button so you can know each time a new book comes up. My books contain no profanity, gratuitous sex scenes, or overly detailed gruesome death scenes. However, they do deal with adult subject matter and sometimes disturbing themes. It is the apocalypse and things get gritty. They also contain conservative family values and references to God, prayer, scripture, and Christianity. Each of my books is a blend of adventure, survival, and real world challenges, all set against the backdrop of a world on the brink. You'll see how practical skills and personal values play a role in every story, and how my characters navigate the chaos with resilience and faith. Keep in mind, though, not everyone is a Christian, and not all Christian walks are a straight path. There are struggles, there are challenges, and things are not always easy, much like our normal, everyday life. If you'd like to learn more about my stories, please visit milliecopper.com and stick around this channel. I'll see you again.